rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rock and Knicks universe. Your main man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? What's good, party people? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, party people? Yo, Knicks Morning Brews in the building. What's good, Selly? I see you out there, boss. Knicks 100. What's good? The original DSJ is in the building. C-Mac, what's happening? Soul Finger. What's good, boss? Soul Finger in the building. What's good? What's good? What's good, man? Knicks Morning Brew says, even though we lost, let's bring good vibrations and energy. Bam, I'm with you. But I'm not feeling it. I'm with you. But I don't know if I'm feeling it. I need some type of pick me up, man. I need some type of I need something to help me through this thing, what we call the Knicks roller coaster, man. JJ is in the building, man. What's good? Adam G is in the building. Wiz, it's good to see you. Back again. Adam G is in the building. Adam G says, what's good, man? Remember that I told you earlier today that the Knicks need to make a lot of three-point shots to beat Brooklyn. Well, they didn't shoot a lot of threes tonight. They didn't make it. Yeah, man. Quiet Money is in the building. What's good, y'all? Chef NYK. Salute. Well, here we are. Here we are, man. Here we are, y'all. I don't know how to phrase. I honestly don't know how to put into words what happened to us tonight. I don't. I don't know how to phrase what happened to us tonight. I just don't. I don't. My expectation was this will be our coronation. The Knicks are ready to take that next step. And we're not ready. My expectation was that this young team would see another team out there and prepare to take their rightful place on the throne. Well, guess what? Uncle Freezy was wrong. My oh my God. Where do you begin? Where do you begin? Right. And so y'all know I'm me, I'm not, I didn't prepare to come here to sound like negative Nancy or get on this thing to say fire everybody. But this team was 4-7. They just fired the coach. The star point guard is a basket case. They had all the makings of low-hanging fruit, and the fruit ate the man. Y'all get what I'm getting at? Y'all understand what I'm saying, right? Like I didn't come in, I wasn't prepared. Let me get some light in there. So I wasn't prepared to come in here and talk to everybody about how this game, the 11th game of the season, would turn into Little Shop of Horrors. And that's what happened to us. We had a plant, and the plant wound up eating people. What is going on out here? DSJ said the Knicks need to pay for our trips to the city. Yes, they do. The Knicks need to pay for our liquor and weed. Yes, they do. The Knicks need to pick up our tab at any expensive restaurants. Yes, they should. Bro, I swear. This turned into Little Shop of Horrors. What is going on out here? What is going on when a team 4-7 that just fired their coach, their starting point guard is off the reservation, so to speak? Bro, what in the world is going on? But okay. Here we are. 1:45 in the morning. About to rock. This, I won't lie, is unexpected. JJ says a dude named Royce O'Neal and Edmund Sumner outplayed RJ and Brunson. NBIC says when you have an assistant coach for a head coach, these things happen. What's good, Sally? DSJ says if this is Little Shop of Horrors, then Audrey should have eaten Kevin Durant. No. You know how in our world, in our world, in in our world, we get eaten. Sherwin says Randall is too small to play down low against Brooklyn. They are all 6'11" and taller. Yeah, but that's all we have, Sherwin. And the sad part is Knicks fans think Julius Randle should do everything. Some Knicks fans. And Adam G says RJ, Randall, IQ, Reddish, Obi, and Brunson, all of them were off shooting. I think Randall did okay, and then he started pressing late. Bully says he stopped watching at halftime, and I wouldn't blame you if you did. We did not stop watching at halftime. We tortured ourselves and watched the whole game. And when I say it was tortured, yes, that's what it was. And DSJ says, if this is Little Shop of Horrors, then we got beat by Tashina Arnold and Tisha Campbell. Yes. Dripmore's in the building. Dripmore says, I'm going through hurricanes. Oh, wow. Now, but this was worse because they look like they gave up. Yes, they did. The energy was low. Be safe, bro. I cannot believe what I saw. I just can't. I just can't believe what I saw. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. What we saw was flat out ridiculous. I'm speechless. I'm speechless, man. I know what I saw, but I still can't believe it. I know what I saw, but I can't believe it. Cully is in the building. What's good, GOAT? Shotgunner says, starting to think Brunson a ham sandwich. Play superstar, but we lose to a team who don't even like each other. Salute to the GOAT. Hey, y'all. Let me do this. I'm going to just throw this link in the chat. Cully says, and me and you was on the phone right before this game. Yep. Hey, there he is. What's up, Dre? Dre popped in, his mic muted. I don't know if he knows his mic muted or not. Yeah, man. And JJ says, just tank and get Scoot and Wembyana. Yeah, just getting the Victor sweepstakes, bro.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't have my mic hooked in. I wanted to give you the good mic. I didn't want to give you the scratchy, irritating mic.
The good stuff.
Yeah,
Only the good stuff of Blorange Tears.
Yeah. A little bougie, but
Yeah.
hey, the Knicks don't deserve bougie, man. That was an embarrassing effort.
They don't deserve bourgeois.
Absolutely not, man.
No, they don't.
That was. I don't know what I saw. I didn't I call it earlier. I was like, they're gonna get like the new coach boost, and we got like this guy career high. His career high before this game was 17 points, Sumner, and he was just killing us immediately. He can't even shoot for real, and he was 3 for 3 from 3.
Yep.
We just got like ambushed, and it took Julius shooting the lights out for us to not get immediately blown out, because we would have been down 35 at half.
We'd have been down, yeah.
We would have been down 35 at half if he was shooting like how he normally shoots.
And Dre, guess what I was hearing before I came on?
What was it?
It's Julius Randle's fault.
It ain't Julius Randle's fault.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh man, there's way too much wrong on the team to just solely put it on Julius Randle.
People were saying on a bunch of other shows, and I watched them in passing just to make, because I don't have a thought about the team overall, because I do understand that it's only game 11.
Yeah.
Right. So it's only game 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
But so I watched the other shows just to see what everybody else is talking about. And man, people are saying that this offense looks bad because Randle was taking shots.
Brunson should have took a better command of the offense, if you ask me.
Yeah.
If Randle cannot get the ball himself and decide to shoot every single time down. If there's disjointed offense, the point guard is supposed to be doing point guard things.
Right. Plus, excuse that, y'all. I'm sorry. Plus, Julius Randle took jump shots deep into the shot clock. Julius Randle didn't hijack the offense and go for what he knows.
And they were giving him the jumper.
Yes.
They were giving it to him. So, and especially him coming up the 8 for 13 from 3, like I'm not even mad that he took the threes if they're going to give it to you.
If they're going to give it to you, especially early. See if you still got it.
Yeah, and I mean, as the game progressed, Kevin Durant tried to take away the 3-pointer because he realized that wasn't a good idea to just keep letting him take the free 3.
Right.
And then after that, he put the ball on the ground, and then it was hit or miss from there.
It was hit or miss from there, bro.
Very, like, we just had no cohesion on offense, and sometimes maybe cohesion, just seeing the ball go in makes everybody move the ball better.
Yeah.
But once it was only Randle getting it going, after that it was just nothing.
Yeah. Once I saw Cam couldn't even get it going, I was like, oh yeah, this is
what was Cam? 0 for 5, 0 for 6, something like that.
0 for 7.
Oh, I'm like, we got to have this discussion on IQ. Like, even though IQ does a lot of other things solidly, the like Tibbs or like the franchise trying to make him something that he's not is hindering his offensive game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like we all think Maxey is really nice, but we would try to turn Maxey into something that he's not, and he wouldn't look as good as he does on the Sixers over here if we were to draft him. And then we'd be like, what's wrong with Maxey? These guys are not being deployed to their strengths, maybe.
Right. Okay. So let me. Can I allow me to tell you what I think the problem is?
Go for it.
I think the problem.
What's up, Boulevard?
What up, Dre? How you?
Bully, what's good, bro?
How you doing, Uncle Freeze? How you doing, man?
Man, you know how we doing,
Nasty,
bro.
nasty,
Right
nasty, nasty,
you
nasty.
know how we feeling right now, bro.
Nasty.
Yo,
Disgusting.
they embarrassed us on national TV, man.
We only get
Nasty.
but 3 or 4 of these games a year now.
Yeah.
Maybe 5.
And in the prime spot too. In the prime spot.
7:30, 7:45. That is.
Yeah.
Word.
Come on, man. You know what I think the problem is, Dre? I'm gonna tell you, and you probably think I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Go for it.
I think the problem is the Knicks performance team.
What do you mean?
You know how every team has a performance team. It's like the strength and conditioning,
The trainers and everybody that surrounds the team itself.
Yeah, to try to get the player to peak performance.
Yeah,
it's them. And here's how I know. I watched last season because last season I wanted to say it was them, and I backed off a little bit. I kind of shot them some bail, right? But think about this. You remember last year when Mitchell Robinson came into camp and he was like 40 pounds over his normal playing weight.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how much weights he was lifting.
It was telling him to lift all them damn weights, man.
Right.
Why he couldn't move with a broken foot? Like
right. And they were like, yo, if you put on all this mass, you'll stay healthy. Remember that?
Yeah.
So last year, Mitchell Robinson put on all that mass and he stayed healthy, but his efficiency was in the toilet.
His
Remember
explosiveness was down.
All of that was down. RJ Barrett, remember how big RJ Barrett looked coming into camp last year?
Yeah.
And RJ Barrett had a terrible season. And it took him about 5 months to run off that weight and get back to
his 220, 215.
Yeah. And if you didn't notice, Randle also put on weight last year. Randle looked like he was about 260 last year. And Randle had a down season. Right? Now, go back this year, Emmanuel quickly went from...
He's big. He's big now.
Yes. And guess what his shot is?
Awful. And when you put on that much muscle, it affects your jumper. No matter what anybody says, it affects your jumper. It's part of the reason why, like, if you've ever seen a younger version of Giannis, his whole form and his ability to shoot was much smoother.
Right.
Then he started putting on about 40, 50 pounds of muscle, and everything became robotic.
Right.
On his game.
Right.
And he's been trying to work through that since.
Right. But the thing about Giannis is when you first saw young Giannis, he looked like he would never be a shooter.
Never.
Right.
I mean, but if you saw his jumper, it was very smooth. Like his actual jumper, like the release and where he would bring the ball from, it was smooth, and he put on the pounds, and then it just became mechanical. Like he had to.
I don't dispute that. But some guys are never meant to be shooters.
Yeah.
Just because you 6'9", 215 doesn't mean you're gonna be a shooter. Like
I'm gonna come right back. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna come right back. I'm gonna go off and come right back. I'm sorry, brother.
All right,
come back, y'all.
We got
1 second.
We got you. But yeah, man. The thing is, Giannis jumper didn't look like Klay Thompson.
That's fair.
Right. And
it was a work in progress.
It was a work project. Right. And so what I'm saying is, even RJ this year looks beefier, right?
Yeah.
And you can tell it has done something to these players. I'm telling you, bro. It's okay.
It's like so weird with RJ. Like either he'll make the shot or his misses look absolutely terrible. Like they're not like straight on line. They're like off the side or an air ball.
Left or right. Right.
And it's just like if so 10 toe signs of a good shooter, the shot is either long or short. You know, You never really question if it's gonna go left or right. It's long or short.
Is
But
it?
RJ
Is it
is
got a
just
line? Yeah.
he gets a lot of those toilet bowl threes where like it rattles around on the side and slips.
Right.
it's just it's like nothing really looks sustainable, man.
Right. Yo, what I'm saying is yeah, what I'm getting at is I don't think it's these kids. I think these kids do really work hard, man. I just think it's the performance. It's the performance thing. Because this is the second year in a row.
That they just come out absolutely atrocious.
Slow starts. Doing what the team asked them to do. Right? Doing what the team asked them to do. Put on weight. Do such a because think about it, right? Derrick Rose last year, before the injury, was wet, right?
Yep.
They asked Derrick Rose to lose 20 pounds, and Derrick Rose's shot is off. Right? Is this more than coincidence? Is this conspiracy theory?
It seems about right, man.
Right?
Seems about right.
You tell Derrick Rose to fix his body so that he could take, you know what I'm saying, do whatever. And Derrick Rose comes back, his shot's off. Quickly adds weight, his shot is off. Right? Fournier doesn't do any of that stuff. Fournier goes overseas, they don't tinker with it. And for the most part, Fournier's shot is what it is.
It's about the same. You can really expect that to be what it is.
Yeah, RJ Barrett looks bulky. Notice RJ Barrett looks bulkier and not shredded. Why would you want a wing player to be bulkier and not shredded?
You'd rather your wing player lose weight than to gain weight in that fashion.
Right. You would rather RJ be ripped. Why is RJ not ripped? That's the thing that I can't wrap my head around. Why do we need a shrunken down power forward playing the two? Right? If you're gonna be a two, you should be shredded.
Or really lean with the ability to try to maximize your burst, your quick space burst, and your quick twitch. Try to maximize it as much as possible.
How you gonna make a dump truck quick twitch? A dump truck is not gonna be a race car, bro.
But what you can do, or what people do with cars, they remove as much weight as possible.
Right.
They take things up out of the car as far as interior or added weight that's not necessary to try to be as fast as possible.
Right, but not us. No, not us. And to be honest with you, Julius Randle shredding up because Julius Randle of all the New York Knicks right now, I think Julius Randle physically in terms of physique looks the best.
He's probably in the best shape because his MIP year he lost a ton of weight. Like he basically cut himself down to be like a more of a wing player than like a defined four. He was cut down like to the point where we couldn't really decipher if he was a 3 or 4. He could have played 3 that year, and now he's a little bit bigger now.
Yeah.
And he gained weight last season. He tried to lose some of it, but he isn't back at MIP weight. He's still about 10, 15 off that.
Yeah. But he's definitely not at last year's weight though.
Oh no. You look like he was about 20 over, and that was bad weight. It was just fat.
You could tell it was. Well, I don't want to call it because I think that dude
not fat, he but like functional.
He looked like a defensive end, like a football player type build.
It wasn't like functional muscle. It was just muscle.
It was just added. It was just added mass.
Yeah.
And I think that's what RJ Barrett has right now. The reason why RJ Barrett's not explosive is because it takes too much effort to move all that weight, man. RJ needs to get to 214 and stay there.
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, what's up, boss?
What's up? What up, Dre? I'm sorry, I had to step off for a second. What up, Dre? What up, Uncle Freeze? How y'all doing? Yo, Paris Duggar said this in the beginning of the season. I remember his quote. He said RJ looked heavy.
Yep.
He said it. He said he looked sluggish and he looked heavy and he ain't moving around like he was last year. He got that bag and he's conforming to whatever. I think he picking up. I think he picking up Julius' bad habits from last year. To be truthful,
You could see it. You could see it in his face. He got more mass. Like you could, if you looked at him from his second year or third year in the face, you could see he's like he just more round.
Fact.
Yeah, I'm thinking the team is making these dudes transform their bodies in the offseason. That's what I think they're doing. Like, hey man, if you want more minutes at such and such, you gotta, you gotta get your BMI to a certain thing in order to stay healthy and take the pounding and all of these different things. And all is leading to that Mitchell Robinson is the best case example. Right? Mitch last year. Remember Mitch last year? Mitch came in like 280, 285.
Crazy heavy.
And he normally played at 240. Right? And they wanted him to put on mass so he wouldn't be injury prone. Now Mitch lost some of that weight, a lot of that weight this year, came in the best shape of his life, and he hurt. So it's kind of like pick your poison, you know what I mean?
Fact. Yeah. But tonight was a disgusting loss and whatnot. I turned it off at halftime. I'm not even going to front on y'all. I turned it off at halftime. I just couldn't believe what was going on. Like, what was taking place? Like, where's the fight? Like, they had no fight. Julius, and I did criticize him last year. I'm not going to front. I really did criticize Julius last year because he was acting like a little female, acting like a diva and whatnot. With all the pouting and the body the way his body was moving and whatnot. Like, I mean, his body motion, like he ain't want to be there. Whatnot. I mean, he's a dude and all and everything, but he's in a better place right now. And actually, he's carrying this team.
Right.
He's actually carrying this team. And I really have anything that I said bad about Julius last year, man, I take it back because this year he's showing me something. I mean, do I want him to get traded? Nah, not at this point in time. But I know it's going to be a time we're going to have to depart ways and whatnot.
It's going to be time to consider it.
It's going to be time to consider that. But right now, homeboy holding the squad up. He HBO for real.
Yeah,
he's definitely home box office for sure.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, no doubt.
I think this team is just painfully average. So on some nights we might look really, really good, and on other nights we just gonna look trash. We're just average, man. We're not good. We're not bad. We're just average. And these are the things that happen.
Can we be boys and girls high school in Brooklyn?
No. Not in a gym. Maybe in the Garden we might, but not in a gym.
So some AAU teams get a starting lineup some work, man.
Yeah.
Damn, man, that's crazy.
And it's just.
I know we talked last night, Uncle Freeze. I'm sorry, Dre. I know we talked last night, Uncle Freeze, and me and you and Corey was on the phone.
What's up, boss?
I don't want to get rid of. I mean, yes, I do. I want to get rid of Tibbs, man. I want new legs. I want fresh legs. I know you say you don't want Penny Hardaway because he's a little older and whatnot. I want fresh coach in there, man, because you can see the team as constructed. They just want to break. You could tell they want to break out. They just don't have no direction right now. You know what I mean? They don't have no direction and whatnot. They want to break out. I mean, what you think? What y'all think?
Bully, I think these players, the way they built, the way this team is constructed right now, this team is not it.
This team, I think it's both, man. Because I could show you a tweet real quick, Freezy.
Okay.
I'll show you a tweet real quick. We need a facelift in ideology, coaching ideologies, and we need a facelift in roster. It's both, man. Both of these guys were Celtics assistants last year, by the way.
Right, I see. Hold on, give me a second.
Oh, Joe Mazzulla and Will Hardy?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I see it.
You can see evident like the Celtics do not play exactly how they did last year. They're putting up the jumpers.
Right.
And the Jazz were expected to be a terrible team. And they basically rejuvenated Lauri Markkanen. He's like a 20-10 guy right now on high volume from three.
Yeah.
So
And he always had the potential to be that. It's just circumstances with him.
yeah, circumstances and role. Like he's always been like the third, fourth option on his teams.
Yeah, teams with bad drafting. You
Yep,
remember
yep,
he was drafted by the Minnesota Timberwolves and included in the Jimmy Butler trade.
yep.
Yeah,
Like he was traded to teams that didn't even really want him initially.
Right.
And then when he goes to these teams, he's immediately put in a third or fourth role.
Yeah.
On this team, he's he's damn near the first option on the Jazz.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
And you never can tell how a certain player reacts to more responsibility. Some get up for the challenge and some crumble.
And some crumble. Yeah. 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 Smoke, what's good, bro?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, for sure.
My bad. I'm still learning. My bad.
It was tough tonight, to be honest. Like, I think Tibbs is to blame. RJ is to blame. Brunson is to blame. It's a lot of blame to go around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
But if we gonna keep it real, I just heard the brother said that Tibbs is holding us back. To be honest, I feel like, and I don't want to sound messed up when I say this, RJ's holding us back, man. A lot of people are limiting their games to make sure that he take all these shots and he get all these opportunities and he keep blowing. We all watching the same thing, and we watching an unskilled brother trying to gain skills in front of our face, and it's hurting our squad. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the people that really need to get the opportunities and getting the opportunities, because we're wasting them on somebody still trying to figure it out.
Okay.
And it's kind of shameful at this point, you know what I mean? Because they're forced to do it. I know, get it. He has to be in a rotation. He just got paid. He about to, that contract's going to kick in next year or whatever. But at this point, we need to see a lot more. And I don't think we're seeing it. And people that say they see it because it's a glimpse here and there.
So
I don't see enough, man. I just don't see it. I don't even see a one-time All-Star. I don't see it at all.
Hold on, Smoking Nick. So he's holding this team back. Okay. If we replaced RJ's minutes, we wouldn't win any more or any less games. I'm going to be absolutely honest. We're that average. There's no savior on this team. There is no overwhelming talent on this team. You remove RJ, we probably had the same record. You have RJ, probably had the same record. What we should have done was, ironically, we should have just actually tried to build around RJ when he was a rookie and then get players better than RJ in the draft.
Why would we build around a dude with no skill?
Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. We should have ironically built around him, know he wasn't it, and got better players in the draft than him in the following years.
Right.
We're not saying build around him as the focal point. We should have just let him take the reins as a rookie and then basically unintentionally or intentionally tank and then get players better than RJ.
Fam.
But Dre, hold on. I'm gonna pass it to you.
Last year he wasn't it. We just didn't accept the fact.
We never even knew.
Well, also though, Smoking Nick, Dre, ain't that what we doing when you draft Grimes and you draft Emmanuel quickly and Obi?
Those guys are not top end lottery high end talents, man. They're not.
To Smoking Nick point, we don't know that with RJ playing all these minutes and taking the shot. He has a point when we say that.
Bro, RJ is not in the way of Obi. RJ is not in the way of IQ. RJ is not in the way of Grimes.
RJ's in his own way.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate, Smoking Nick, on how he's in the way? Because he's definitely in the way.
No, he's not.
He's in the way.
He's in the way of himself, maybe, but not of the Knicks, man. No.
Bro, he's playing the most minutes. It's fair to take that responsibility. Go ahead, Uncle Freeze.
But I'm going to. What I was going to say is this. bro, everybody has gotten opportunities. Everybody's gotten opportunities, especially cats like Emmanuel Quickly and Cam Reddish this season, right? Tonight, Cam Reddish, he only played 18 minutes, and it's because if his shot wasn't so god awful tonight, he would have got more minutes than that.
Terrible. It was just a terrible game.
And you don't ever, excuse me, you don't ever hear Tom Thibodeau say Emmanuel Quickly is situational or maybe not in a rotation. Emmanuel Quickly plays every night and has a big role every night. You know what I'm saying? But Quickly's shot is terrible right now.
Broke. It is broke.
Right. And let me do this super chat real quick. Justin DW, thank you for the generous contribution. Why do teams look like the Warriors, the Warriors dynasty for a quarter with all the threes we let up? So do we make moves before the deadline or hold this team steady? Nah, there are going to be some moves, man. You can count on that.
We consolidating. We consolidating.
Yes. But what I will say with this, I agree with all of y'all about RJ, but I disagree with the blocking of young talent. These cats are getting the opportunity to play, but they don't do nothing.
Facts.
Like how many Quickly's
go ahead. He was hesitating on all his jump shots, fam. I'm gonna let you every opportunity. He looked like he double guessing, and he looked like he passed. He looked like he want to pass, shoot, and dribble at the same time. He don't know exactly what he want to do, and it's slowing up the offense.
SK, I said that in the beginning of the season, man. He looked like he was the first 3 games. And when not to cut you up, bro. The first 3 games in the season, he looked like he didn't know what he wanted to do. He don't know if he want to pass or shoot. Man, make a decision, bro, and let's get it right.
And put too much on his plate, man. Put too much on his plate at one time. That's what happened.
I think physically, him, Miles McBride, can't go past other guards in the league. Right?
Nope,
they can't.
Nope.
They look like they're a step slow. Right? And think about this, if you
get
have
rid of
guards,
Fournier, I'm sorry.
If you have guards that are slow and can't shoot, what do you have?
Honestly, Freeze.
Let me break the ice.
Hold on, Cully, and I got you, and I'm gonna pass it straight to you. I want to ask Freeze a question. Is that because they are a step slow, or is they not as confident as they should be, or decisive as they should be? Because we've seen Quickly make quick decisions and look fluent out there, but sometimes he just looks like he don't know what the game plan is.
I agree.
Can I answer that?
Word.
Can I answer that? With IQ, he's not.
Hold on, Dre. Hold on. Let me say something. Hey, y'all, I'm moderating. I'm the person passing the mic and stuff around, man. Y'all relax, y'all easy. Uncle Freezy is the moderator. Nah, Dre, I got you. Uncle Freezy is the moderator, man. I'm trying to develop a flow here so we don't start talking so that we don't start talking over each other and all that stuff. Yeah. Out of respect, I'm saying that respectfully.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Dre, go ahead, Dre.
I was gonna say.
And then we're going to pass that to Cully
because with IQ and to even more of an extent with McBride, since they're not the most explosive, what they have to do is leverage their shooting as a threat to get an extra half a step on their defender. And when they're not shooting, or in McBride's case, sometimes McBride doesn't even want to look at the rim. He's a negative out there. So when you have these guys that don't have the most explosive first step and they're not leveraging their ability to shoot, or they're not shooting well, it just makes them look even worse on offense. It just makes them look like it's 4-on-5 out there.
Okay.
Especially if they're not going downhill. Now Cully can.
Go ahead, Cully. My bad, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to. What was we getting at? My fault.
Something's got switched up. That's what I'm saying. That's why I tried to jump in there.
No, we was talking about what happened tonight, or we was just talking about
So Smoke
Criticism,
said.
Knicks criticism.
So Smoke said, and it's what Smoke said to me made a lot of sense, right? Smoke said that, or asked in a kind of a rhetorical way. He basically is asking, or maybe asking and suggesting at the same time, that these guards may have information overload, and is making them second guess instead of playing the game naturally, right?
Do you mean in the okay? Go ahead.
And so he asked me, and I'm telling him, you know what I'm saying, based on what I said previous, I said our guards are slow and can't shoot. And he said maybe they have information overload, so to speak, and they're not playing their natural game the way they naturally play. That's the way I got it. Maybe the coaching staff is either giving them too much information or not the right information at the same time.
I thought by information load you meant they know they're gonna get traded. I thought that's what they know they might get traded.
Nah, hey Smoke, that's not what you meant, right?
I thought that's what you meant.
No, that's not what I meant. What you said is what I meant. Like if you saying they move slow, I'm saying that they overthinking it, so they're not moving as quick or as seamless as they should be in the offense.
Right.
Okay. Now it was one of those two. I figured, was it the coach in the air or the team was just gonna get rid of them as a whole? Okay, got you.
Right.
Nah, I mean I don't. So I saw bits and pieces of the game because I was at work, man. But it's like I looked at the score and it kind of like I kind of discouraged me from watching the game because it's like I was gonna get off work early today. I'm like, let me rush home, watch the Knicks. But when I seen that score, I'm like, let me take my damn time, man. Like, what am I rushing for? You know what I mean? I'm here trying to make money. These guys is paid, and they're getting the crap beat out of them. So it's like, you know, I'm just being real. They're getting the crap beat out of them. Why am I rushing home? And I was so sure. I'm like, yo, by second half, these guys gonna respond. Second half comes, these guys getting the crap beat out of them even worse. So it's like, you know, it's kind of sickening. I mean, it feels like nobody had it. I mean, guys had it going. You had guys, some guys had it going, but it just wasn't enough. So changes have to be made.
And let me move back to what Smoke was saying, because I think Smoke made an excellent point, and I don't want to let the point and suggestion that he made, I don't want it to die on the vine, because I think it was an excellent observation. Hey Smoke. So are we suggesting that all the Knicks players are doing this, or is it just the guards? Because if it's information overload for the guards, are we saying that it's not the other players too? Are the other players not playing freely?
I think RJ's pressing. I think Julius makes many too many mistakes. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he was trying to go back and forth with KD, but they're not feeding you enough for you to get into a rhythm, right? Because you might get one or two shots in a row, but you're not getting the third and the fourth shot. You know what I mean? It's not the same. We're not running the same offense, even though our offense ain't as fluid. But to answer your specific question, I don't think they're all moving on a certain type of because some people confidence is a lot better. Because you would think, just to be specific, you would think Obi's confidence is tied to Quickly's confidence, but it's not. Obi is trying to take his game to another level, and Quickly is still thinking about Brunson taking his spot. Know what I mean? A spot that you're obviously not earning because you're hesitating and you're not making the right decisions. How many times is the dude open in the corner, they're calling for the ball, and Quickly's looking them off?
Right.
Not making the easy pass. Don't he know that the ball moves quicker than the hands and the eyes? Just keep that ball moving and we're going to get easy shots. And he just wants to pound and pound. And we've been talking about it from game one. We've seen it. We noticed it. Right, he's still doing it.
Let me bring in Shotgunner so Shotgunner can defend quickly, right? Because I want to defend.
I don't think he will tonight, though.
Yo,
I can't defend quickly right now, man.
Shotgunner, you said the coldest take I heard on live. I went to work and I was gonna hop on Freezy's show, Unfreeze show one morning, right? And I heard you call RJ coleslaw. You didn't ask
Yeah.
for it. You didn't want it, but you got it. Yo, bro, that's in my vocabulary now, fam. I'm not gonna let that die, fam. You said
Hey,
that
yo,
first.
shout out to Harlem. Shout out to Harlem. I don't still do flavor. I got that from Cameron. Cameron said that one day on IG. He's like, some dudes are like coleslaw, but I mean, the point was, it's just there.
Salute to
What you
all
just
y'all,
said.
because that was cold. That was cold. Not only coleslaw.
Yeah,
now I call him.
that was cold. I saw that. I saw that.
That's what he is.
Cameron was like, "Yo, what is coleslaw be?"
Facts. You seen the Uncle Freeze? Yeah.
Now I call him Slaw J. Now I call him Slaw J. Barrett, shotgunner.
Yo, that's fire.
Oh my god,
that's fire. That's perfect. Oh, I gotta put that in my feed.
Slaw J.
He's just there, man.
Slaw J.
Like I said, man, I agree with all of your points. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even defending Quickly. You know, I always keep it tall, man. Quickly played terrible tonight. He went back into his radical shots. He's not breaking down the defense and just shooting. But your point to me is like, would I get over a penalty? He a grown man. He got to get over it. But I believe, like you say, I believe his confidence in shot. Like I say, from the start of the season, I think he thought he was going to play with Donovan Mitchell. Learning from Uncle Freezy, I paid attention. Like I say, I take everything out of context. On IG, when Donovan Mitchell was going to Summer League, he was bringing IQ with him. It was playing. I believe that they thought that was going to be the backcourt. And in the summer, when you wake up to seeing a guy coming here for 4 years, 100 million, like as a human, that's going to shock your confidence. So still, no matter what, he's a grown man. You got to play. Go ahead. What'd you say, bro?
Wait, shotgun. Not my fault, shotgun. What guy you talking about?
He's talking about Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, Brunson. Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, but we still could have got Mitchell. That didn't happen.
No. But I'm just saying, like, I believe IQ thought he was next up to at least try to get that starting.
Oh, you mean the point guard spot? Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yo,
he
Freeze,
was.
Can I ask him a question?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Smokey.
Yeah. I just want to know because, and I'm not trying to go back, but this is the way my memory worked, right? A lot of people thought because we played those last 10 games of last season, and we was playing teams that was either in the playoffs or tanking, that Quickly and Obi deserved the starting spot off 10 games where we was already out of it and teams were already all the way in it or all the way out of it, right? So they based these last 10 games, and you know how some Knicks fans mind work. They culminated that to be the whole season for these dudes, right? And the problem is that Quickly, he's doing what he did last year, this year. RJ's doing what he did last year, this year. You know what I mean?
Right.
And a lot of dudes don't want to see it for what it is. These dudes are hot and cold. You feel what I'm saying? These dudes are like a Flint water system. They're unreliable. It's just bad.
They're middling average NBA guys, dude.
Can't roll straight role players, but we can't call it because golden child and draft picks. But we need to call it like we see it, man.
I'm
hoping and wishing and begging is over.
But hold on. Let me answer. Go ahead, game. What you say?
Hold on. Let Bully jump in here. Go ahead, Bully.
Yeah, go ahead, Bully.
Yo, what up, y'all? Smoking Nick, man. I listen to you all the time, dude. Sometimes, like when you get up on board, you make a great point.
That.
Yeah, we love smoke,
and Kelly too, Kelly too, and whatnot, and always on freezing and shit. But I don't want to close my eyes and say I hope this is not a bust season, man. That we done gave all this bread out and we ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Yeah, we talking about the play-in and all the playoffs, but I'm not saying we're gonna get no chip. I'm not saying we get a chip, but I want us to be respected as a team, as a getting out there and busting people. Tonight was a disgusting loss. It was disgusting. It was horrible. Like I said, I turned it off at halftime and whatnot. We need to get a better culture in this doggone team, man. And I actually want Uncle Freezy and Cully to answer that. And matter of fact, I want all of y'all to answer that. What can we do? What can we do?
Hey, Bully, you gotta let me mod though. I got you. You got a moderator up here. You know what I'm saying? You rocking with the number one chief rocking Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy.
Facts.
Yeah, I got you.
Facts, Unc. I got you, but I'm a little upset tonight. I ain't gonna front.
We are all frustrated, but the thing, my man had put a thing on the table about these players not operating at their best because it might be the coaching that's holding them back. Basically, too much information. Like, don't go out there and be yourself. Go out there and with all this info. While it looks like other teams are going out there playing basketball free, like they understand their responsibilities, but they only get a little bit. But they get to do the thing they've been doing since they was 4 years old. And what it seemed like, to Smoke's point, what it looked like is these dudes is going out there with an encyclopedia trying to remember all this stuff that Tibbs told them before he got out there. And it don't work even if they do it right. Even if they do everything in the encyclopedia that Tibbs gave them, they still giving up a bunch of threes to Dean Wade. And it's demoralizing, right? And so
who is that?
Exactly.
Sumner,
yeah.
Wait. So Sumner is who killed us?
He killed Brunson.
That's what it looked like tonight to me. Yeah.
Sumner career high like 17 and 15 in the first half.
Work him.
Only thing I know about Sumner is he's mad athletic. That's all that he's wild athletic. Right?
He ain't got no jumper. He ain't got no jumper.
Right? He just was taking him to. He was just taking his little self to the rack and just.
Yeah, he was on the Pacers, right? That's the guy.
But the thing is, he has no. He has no jumper. He has no jumper, but he started 3 for 3 from 3.
Right. But here's the other thing too that I think we may be overlooking. Jalen Brunson's perimeter defense for the third game in a row has been awful.
Oof,
and that has nothing to do with Quickly. That has nothing to do with RJ. That has nothing to do with Randle. It's point guards get in front of Jalen Brunson and go right by him.
Hey, Uncle Freezy, who you passing it to answer that question?
No, hold on. I was going to say and I'm not trying to cut you off. Sorry about that, but he's a liability, and it don't take long to see liabilities. You feel what I'm saying? This is not just the third game in a row. This is like almost every game where somebody kind of cooks him and we got to kind of hide him on defense. You know what I mean? And I understand we do have a point guard, but out of 10 games, he's disappeared like 3 of them. So we got to hold him accountable as well with everybody else because he's a liability.
The point I was going to make is some of those games you got to give it up to the opponent. Like Cade Cunningham going by Brunson. You can't. Cade Cunningham is 6'7" at point guard and was the number 1 pick in the draft. So
I understand.
Cade going to, and then in the first game he played
John Morant.
Yeah. So John Morant going to go by any. What I'm saying is, for instance, do you remember who started that point guard tonight for the Nets?
Sumner.
It was that Sumner dude, but and he barely even started, so we can't give him an excuse tonight. He got cooked by a bench player tonight.
But I did not notice. I said his perimeter defense was awful.
You started with that. You started with that for sure.
Yeah, and then Boston had Marcus Smart, Derek White, and
Brogdon.
They average offensively though. Offensively.
But they roasted Brunson.
Who, Boston? Boston is top 3 in offense.
No, not them.
I'm talking about the guards.
He's talking about the players. Those players.
Okay, gotcha.
Those players, right?
Yeah.
And we don't even want to talk about Tyrese Maxey, what Maxey did.
Cooked him for lunch.
He played the whole outscored the whole team.
Right.
And don't forget Trae Young and they was cooking him for lunch.
Trae had a bad game, but DeJounte.
Hey, that's what I was about to get to, Smoking Nick. Like that's what I was about to say.
I watch every game, so
I feel like
it don't get past me.
Right.
I fly home. I had 10 minutes to get home and watch the game. Go ahead.
Go ahead, gang. I feel like the Smoking Nick in that Atlanta game, bro, in the season, bro. Nate McMillan exposed us, bro. He kept all his guards going at Brunson, bro. Exposed him, got him in foul trouble, and kept him out the paint. Went in that zone.
Weakest link. He was the weakest link on the field, and that's why I said liability.
Right.
If Brunson don't get in that paint, he's trash, bro. If he don't work inside that paint.
To Shaw's point,
and all those fancy moves don't work against tall dudes.
Can I respond?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me do this thing one at a time. Because hey, Dre, let me bring you up, but let me point out what I was getting at. When I mentioned that the perimeter defense was awful, right? What I meant is Brunson's defense against average NBA players is awful, but anybody's defense against great NBA point guards, you can't judge it because those guys are great. Don't tell me somebody got cooked by DeJounte Murray and Trae Young because they cook everybody. Don't tell me he got cooked by John Morant. John cooks everybody. Cade Cunningham was the number one pick in the draft. What I'm getting at, though, what I'm getting at, and what I want to build on, and what I want to get you guys' opinion on is the Knicks offense suffering because the other players on the floor, i.e. RJ and Cam, have to defend Brunson's man and contribute on offense when all Brunson has to do is score. Let me bring in Don P just real quick for salutations, right? And then I'm gonna go back to Dre. Don P, what's good?
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's up to the panel?
Peace.
Hey, peace, bro. It's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you.
Salutations.
I'm gonna kick this thing to Dre. You know, based off of what we said, and then we can go around the horn. Because what I want to do is the guys listen. I was listening to the shows the other day, and I got so frustrated because I was jotting down notes and stuff. There was a point where Shotgunner was making good points, and we got so argued I couldn't even hear what Shotgunner was saying. And if that's me listening to it as somebody that was there, I can imagine what the audience is going. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to do going forward is let everybody speak, take their time. You don't have to co-sign everything or jump in and do. Just let everybody do their point, man. We're gonna be here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So, we just let's stretch this thing out. You know what I'm saying? So when Shotgun's gonna say something dope, you know what I'm saying? We can give him his flowers. He say something crazy, you know what I'm saying? We can jump him. Right. but the thing is, we won't know one from the other if we don't listen. Right. Go ahead. Hey, go ahead, Dre. My bad.
The thing with Brunson is that when you have a guard that is that bad on defense, and they're not an overwhelming offensive talent like Trae Young is, for example, or Luka Doncic, or you remember that one year where Isaiah Thomas averaged damn near 30. You have to be an overwhelmingly great on offense to overcome being that bad on defense. You can't be a 20-7 guy. You have to be a 25-10 guy. Right. You have to be a 28-9 guy. You have to be a 29-8 guy to overcome being that bad on defense. And when in the games that we win with Brunson, it's because he's dropping 28 and 10, or he's dropping an extremely efficient 25-7. You know. When he just drops 16, we look terrible. He has to be dominant in order to overcome his shortcomings, and we don't. And that's the issue. That's the main issue. That guy.
Let me bring in Cully real quick, and then I'll ask Bully. You know what I'm saying, what he think. But let me say this real quick. I just looked up Jalen Brunson's defensive rating for this season, and right now it's 115. 115. What the hell is going on out here? Bully, what you thinking? What you thinking about Brunson's defense, bro? You want to blame RJ? You want to blame RJ?
No, I'm not gonna blame RJ. No, I'm not gonna blame RJ. I think Brunson is hurt. To be truthful, I think he kind of played through an ailment. The way he's moving, like the way he's shifting, the way he on the floor like a mop. Like he's on the floor like a mop.
Right.
And whatnot. He sweeping up from end to end. I think something's going on with him. He don't have that fire when like he was in. You know what? You said something the other day, Uncle Freezy. People can't handle New York. People can't handle this.
Right. New York's a tough place to play, bro.
It's a tough place to play, man.
Right. It's a tough place to live, bro. People from New York are built different.
Right, man. This is a monster right here.
Like even
And
me,
I think he might be feeling the effect
all the time, bro. You know, I rub people the wrong way all the time, but it be actually I just be being myself.
Yeah. I mean, I think he got that bag. I think he got that bag, and now he's seeing, just like RJ is seeing. Man, we got to do more. Julius got it. Julius finally got it. Yeah, he did the thumbs down and all of that stuff, but he got it. Like, follow. I think actually at the end of the day, y'all need to follow his path, yo, and follow behind him. D-Rose been here twice.
Right.
You did? But them young boys, I want them to be unleashed. I want Cam to be unleashed. I want Obi to be unleashed. IQ, I'm a little disappointed, but I think he could redeem himself.
What about Brunson defense? What about Brunson defense though?
Brunson defense is it's toilet water right now.
Okay.
You can flush that.
Let me bring it real quick.
Go ahead, y'all.
Cully, what you thinking about Brunson defense, bro? He's got a defensive rating of 115. And do you believe that it's impacting RJ Barrett's game, Emmanuel Quickly's game, and Cam Reddish's game?
His defensive rating?
Yes, his defense.
No. Okay. No. So Brunson, it's like, see me, I know this sounds biased. I never cared about defensive rating in the backcourt too much, as long as they can make up on the offensive end. I never cared about it because I accept it because it's too many talented guards in the league. It's too many talented guards. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it was a wing, then it's like, but this is a guard he's going to probably give him those numbers right back. Or at least he's going to try to dog out the other point guard on the other end. I'm not really expecting, like, lockdown. I mean, if you wanted lockdown defense in the backcourt, then you probably should have got a lockdown guard. But, I mean, I don't know the options that was out there, to be honest. I mean, maybe you could have drafted somebody. I don't know. But I'm trying not to think about the past too much. But if you signed in Brunson, you kind of knew what you was getting. It's size limitations. Like, the guy's only 6 feet. He's not most athletic. He's more like he might have a little what do you call it? The seat quickness. He might have that to him, but he's not. He tries on defense, but he's just not. It's certain limitations. I can't even get mad. I cannot get mad at all.
All right, let me ask Don P. Hey, Don P, man, it's good to see you, brother. Good to have you back with us, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute, man. We rocked the other night, man. We kind of enjoyed it. But let me ask you this. Do you think the Knicks, and I'm changing subjects now, but not really, right? Do you think the Knicks can be a serious contender with this lack of athleticism all over the floor? Like with Brunson, with Brunson and Barrett, Randle to a certain extent, and whoever we put in the pivot, right?
Hey, Uncle Freezy, I gotta say, man, I feel like I was on the island during the off season when I voiced my concerns about Brunson. When everybody else was telling me how, Brunson was gonna be that dude for us, like offensively, I gave him his props. You know what I mean? Like offensively, he has been efficient for the most part for us. But I will say that I have been the hardest on him. Not particularly because I didn't like him. It was particularly because I knew what his limitations was. Right. And I knew that it was going to rear his ugly head at some point for us. And I felt like everybody was ignoring that and just worrying about how much points he could put up. And I would hear things like, oh, well, Brunson is a willing defender. Well, what does that mean? He tries?
Right.
That's not good enough. As y'all can all see, him trying to defend is not good enough. And in the NBA, we need to defend at the point of attack. Right. If the point of attack is weak, then everything else falls to the wayside too.
Right.
That's too much on somebody like Mitch. Mitch Robinson. That's too much on somebody who's already slow like RJ Barrett. You know what I mean? That puts a lot of pressure on when your point guard is not. It, yeah, he tries to defend, but he's incapable of doing it. Not in this league. He's just incapable of doing it. But to answer your question, Uncle Freezy, absolutely not. With RJ Barrett, no, of course not. Y'all, Uncle Freezy, you probably thought I was trolling, or you thought I just didn't like RJ Barrett. But I will ask this question: what is one thing that RJ Barrett does exceptionally well? What, like, if you was the opposing team, what can you say to yourself? Ah, man, we got to watch out for this when we
Right.
face RJ Barrett. This,
Nah, bro. Let me, Don P.
Wait. Could I just butt in?
Hey, hold on. Let me say this
My
right
bad.
quick. Let me say this right quick. Hey, bro. I don't judge nobody. Right. If you got an opinion, say it. My beef with anybody that come up here, my beef with anybody that come in here is if you come in here like coming in for a soft landing, that's my beef. If you gonna come up here with like honey on your tongue, some kind of soft ass take, stay your ass from up here. Period. That's my thing. State your opinion.
Oh man, somebody just caught the beef, or somebody just
yeah.
got it.
And I'm not saying that to Don P. I'm not being disrespectful to him. Don P. know how I am. I'm like, yo, keep it a buck when you up here. I'm not saying that Don P. not doing it, because Don P. always do it, and I love and appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge nobody, bro. If you got an opinion, it's your opinion. State your opinion, and then when people check you on it, don't back down.
Yeah, of course. See,
right. That's my only thing. I don't care nothing about others having an opinion. That's the reason why we got a joint. That's why we got a joint. We rock late at night. If you got an opinion, state your opinion, bro. Don't back down from nobody.
I just want to ask. My fault, Don P. Can Freezy, can you kick it back to him right after? I just want to ask. Was that now when I went on my rant about RJ getting extended and the 190 million? I just want to ask everybody on the panel in the chat, was I bugging? I said I would only give him 90 mil at best. You don't have to agree with me. Like Freezy just said,
why you got to ask everybody on the panel?
Because I want to know people's opinion. No. I'm sticking to my opinion, but I just want to know if you look. Does it look more? I mean, the season ain't over, but does it look more? Does it look more greener now? Does it look more clearer now? Would you have given him?
No. I'm asking
million?
you. I'm asking you. Are you saying that you are justified in saying that RJ Barrett only deserved 90?
Okay, let's put it like that then. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you saying you feel justified and RJ only get 90, then you justified. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But you don't need people to co-sign your point. If you feel like you're right, you're right.
No, I just want to know how everybody else feel about it. I'm sticking to my point. I'm still standing on it. I just said I would have. My thing was I would have paid him 90. I mean, I'm not. Who am I to judge? Of course, I want the young.
But Shotgunner is with you too. Shotgunner didn't want to give him all that money either.
My thing is I'm not against a brother getting paid. However, if it was up to me, take the 90 mil or keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it was Shotgunner. It was Don that just said it. He just said if you're the opposing team, what's the scout report on RJ? I mean, yeah, last year he was kind of like, he was a threat, but it's like, I mean, I don't know, like, what does he do that's elite? Like, that's why that was why I was just like, I wouldn't have gave him 120 million. Yeah, I still need to see more from RJ. I just that was just me. We value him, but yes, what does he do exceptionally well? Like in an elite, because the NBA is elite. You can be good at something, but the NBA is the elite level of competition.
Well, let me ask since you had to change the subject. Since you had to, let me ask you this, Kelly. Let me ask you this, Kelly. Are you paying him for what he was before he signed the contract, or are you paying him for what he will be in the future?
So if I'm paying him 90 mil, I'm paying for a little bit of both. That's how I look at it.
Oh, come on, dog. Don't do that. Man, come on, dog. Come on, don't do that, bro. Don't be cornflakes, bro.
I like that.
Don't be cornflakes, bro. It's one or the other. Just pick one.
Am I paying him for what he was? So basically, in this circumstance, let's just say, what's the word for that? The circumstance scenario. Okay, in this scenario, I'm the GM. Are you saying I paid him 120 mil? Are you saying I paid him?
You said you didn't want to pay him 190 mil.
Right.
And I'm asking you, is it because he hadn't showed you anything, or you don't think he will ever become anything?
He hasn't shown me anything.
Not to cut anybody off, but am I the only one who's hearing fuzzy feedback, or is it just me?
Nah, we Gucci, bro.
All right,
I'm
so
good.
yeah, I think it's me. I'm gonna leave out and come back in.
Okay.
I mean, I just mute the mic. That's me. I just mute the mic and then, but yeah.
So
Maybe
so
it's
so
Yeah.
so
maybe
which
it's
one
on
is
my
it?
end. I don't know. I got the cell phone, but
No, which
no,
one is it?
I just think. Wait, oh yeah, I'm pegging him for what? Because damn, I just said the answer.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. He just said what he said. Don just said he messed me up. No, I said I would pay him off of Oh, because he hasn't showed me nothing yet. That's why he hasn't showed me nothing yet.
Okay.
Yeah, he hasn't shown. He showed me progress, but he
Can
didn't
I
show
answer
me.
all them questions?
Yeah,
He ain't shown me the full product yet. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, shot. So you wouldn't pay him 190 because he hadn't showed you anything yet, or you don't think he'll be nothing in the future? Which one is it, Shotgun?
I'm gonna just answer all of them rapid fire. Every question from Brunson to the team better to RJ. I'll start with RJ. First of all, I've been done with RJ since the Atlanta Hawks series. Like at the end of the day, we had to rely on the injured Derrick Rose to try to bail us out, and that was the main problem for me. I've always felt like he was a role player because he didn't give us anything, and that was the main reason why we got lost 4-1 in the series. So to me, I think RJ, like I said, I compare him to an Andre Iguodala type player, a player you want on your team, but not a player you can build around. You look at Andre Iguodala's career when he was on Philly, it didn't work. They traded him to Denver. It didn't work. He went to Golden State, they won a championship because he's a sixth man on a championship team, just like RJ Barrett. I believe he's a sixth man on a championship team. Now to
Denver
answer
won
the
50 games with him as the second option, by the way. Just
they won the champion when they went to
they
Golden
won
State.
57 games actually. 57.
Yeah.
What, in Denver or Philly? Are you talking about Warriors?
Denver.
Right. They
Yeah,
didn't win the
the
championship.
Nuggets was pretty damn good. I would say.
But let him finish though.
Yeah, let me finish, Dre.
Yeah, go ahead.
But my point
Come
was,
on, Dre. Come on, man.
right. My point was he went to Golden State and he won a championship because he's a sixth man on a championship team, and that was proven. He couldn't build a franchise by himself. Now to answer the so I basically think RJ limitations is a player that you need on your team, but not a player you build around or a player you give heavy minutes to. So to answer the Jalen Brunson question, I felt like we never needed him. Mark Cuban, we need to give him his flowers. Jalen Brunson is a $55 million player. At the end of the day, Luka need way more respect because he helped that brother out. He helped that brother get money. As he can prove on his own without Luka, he is not the capable player that he played. At the end of the day, I think in the Cleveland game, Donovan Mitchell showed that too. Because at the end of the day, people were saying, "Oh, Brunson playing up Mitchell." Mitchell clearly didn't want to be on that team. I think he pulled back a lot in that series. So to answer your question, to the Brunson situation, we never needed him, and this team cannot win because at the end of the day, it's showing us that this team is beating the teams that we can supposed to beat, and all Brunson did was improve our pace and help us to stay in games.
Okay, let me go to Drake real quick, and then we'll kick it to Bully. Go ahead, Drake.
What's the question? Like, which one am I answering? Because I got. What does RJ do at an elite level? Was that?
I didn't get to finish my point, but go ahead.
Go ahead, Don.
Don P, you clicked off and said you was having tech issues.
He asked this question.
But like, give me a refresher on what I'm gonna answer.
So what happened was Dre? I'm sorry, Don P asked a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
Because he brought up history. He was like, "Yo, I've been saying it for a long time. What does RJ Barrett do at an exceptional level?"
Okay,
and then we moved on to Jalen Brunson is a classic New York Knicks overpay. Now listen, pick whichever one. Just pick one of them, and just go.
I can answer real quick.
Okay, all right.
Okay, what RJ does exceptionally is he has the ability to get to the paint at any time. The problem is he cannot finish at a high level and he cannot pass at a high level. If you were to pick up either one of those skills, you'd be looking at him differently. Unfortunately, he does not have that.
Right.
To answer the second question, was Jalen Brunson an overpay?
Yes.
I don't I don't consider him an overpay because going by what he's worth on the market, a point guard averaging 19 and what 7 usually goes for more than that at his age. It's just how the other parts where it may not be like the most needle pushing part, but like for instance, I can give you a couple of statistics on just Jalen Brunson this season. When the Knicks lose, Jalen Brunson is six. He averages 16.7, 5.8 assists, 1.7 turnovers.
Okay.
When we win, I'm about to bring it up real quick. When we win the season, he averages 22.2,
Right.
8 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal on high splits, like 56% from the field. When we were losing, he shoots like 45 or something from the field.
Okay.
So,
All right. So let's do this real quick. The RJ part, we're gonna table that. We're gonna table the RJ part. Let's just talk about Jalen Brunson, right? Let me go to Bully and Smoke real quick so they can touch the mic. We gotta pass the mic.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go to a Bully. I'm gonna go to Smoke first because Smoke been waiting for a minute, and then we'll circle back to you. Okay. Go ahead, Smoke. Hey, Smoke. Listen. Do you think the Knicks overpaid Jalen Brunson, and is his impact on winning overrated? And then Smoke disappeared.
Oh,
Go ahead, Bully.
Brunson. I in the beginning I thought that was a good move. Like I thought we finally had I mean, he's a point guard, and I really think that he's a good point guard. But I think the pressure of New York City is probably collapsing on him. And
you know he's from New Jersey, right?
yeah, Jersey City all day. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean,
yeah, Eagles
a
fan.
ball player is a ball player no matter where you come from. You got Larry Bird that couldn't do nothing, but he was one of the greatest basketball players
Top
ever.
10 player ever, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but I think the pressure of us Knicks fans, and we want it now. We want that now. That's kind of hindering him. I think once he get his wheels up on his feet, he gonna be all right. He's gonna be all right.
How many games this team gonna win this year, Bully?
Dre, I agree with you, Dre, on a lot of levels, man. Yo, Dre be dropping that knowledge, man. He right with that and whatnot. They just need to conform. They just need to lock up and conform. And I keep saying, and I hate to say it, we need a new coach, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay. Let me ask you if Jalen Brunson is this good, right? Like we saying, like Bully is basically saying that Brunson is all right, and we need a new coach and the team need to play better. How many games did you, Dre? How many games? Let me go back to Don P. Don P. How many games do you see this team winning, bro?
The way that is currently constructed, if we just talking about Jalen Brunson, I don't see us winning a lot at all. I don't. But I will say this about Jalen Brunson. Again, I got to give him his props because I've been extremely hard on him. When all else is said and done, the only person who's giving us buckets besides Julius Randle is Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
So, but as far as him being overpaid, hell yeah, he was overpaid. Hell yeah, I say that with an emphatic yes. He was overpaid by us with his limitations. Yes, way overpaid.
All right. So Brunson is overpaid, right? All right. So let me say this. All right. So I don't know how many games this team is going to win right now. I challenge y'all to throw a number out there. How many you think this team, based on what you saw like the last 5-10 games or so, how many games do you think this team will win?
At best.
Right. At best, right? And then compare that number to last year. And tell me if Jalen Brunson is really the answer at point guard.
So at best, my opinion. Oh, go ahead, Boulevard. Go ahead, Bully.
My bad, Kelly.
Are you good, bro?
My bad, Kelly.
You good?
Peace, good. Listen, I always put in the chat 44 wins, 7 seed. And I'm gonna leave it right there.
Okay.
44 wins, 7 seed.
Stamped.
Huh?
Stamped receipt. Stamped.
Yeah. You standing by? You stand?
Yeah. You can stamp that. You can stamp that, dog.
Okay.
Copy that.
All right. So what you thinking, Cully? How many wins this team?
At best, I think it's gonna be 41 and 41. That's
Dre,
what I'm thinking. What's that? 9th seed?
Everything going perfectly.
Yeah.
Everything going perfectly. Anybody
45 perfectly 45 and 37. But I don't. That's ideal. It's not realistic.
Right. Hey, Smoke, what you thinking? How many wins you think this team is going to win based on what you saw the last 10 games?
Smoke a little high right now.
Yeah.
I'm only playing.
And Don P, what you thinking, bro? What you thinking?
Guaranteed top 5, baby. We're gonna get the top 5 pick in the draft. I'm talking about 30 wins, baby. 25 to 30 wins, man. At most. You see the way the offense is.
Wait a minute, you said 25 to 30?
20. Hey, you know what? You want me to choose my number? Yeah. I'm gonna give him more credit.
Okay.
31.
Okay. Shotgunner, what you thinking? How many wins this team, man, based on what you saw last 10 games?
38 games. Jalen Brunson helped us improve to win one more game.
Bim. Now listen. So if Jalen Brunson is only one game better than Alec Burks, was he worth $100 million to the Knicks?
I knew you should have known you was coming with that one.
I'm asking because it's all about the long-term perspectives.
Yes.
Right? Because you want to give Jalen Brunson 1 year to get acclimated to his teammates, right? But you also want to understand that Jalen Brunson is here for 4 years, not 1. Right?
Right.
But you have to take into account last year versus this year with the same dudes.
But okay.
The East got better, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I was just gonna say the team doesn't suck. The East just got better.
But the East the East only got better for 1 year? They're gonna be better this year.
The team that was in front of us, all they did was retool their rosters or add or make additions to what has to be, rectify what has to be taken care of. That's all.
Cully, they did.
It don't even matter. Like
Cully, they did what the Knicks didn't do. The Knicks is not a bad team.
Exactly.
We just don't have a star. That's just basically it. Like, that's just the bottom line. Like, people say they don't want Cat. They don't we have to get a star to attract stars, bro. Like, we have to start somewhere, bro. And that's the main problem with this team. We can't close out games. We can't match the intensity of a superstar.
Are you watching Wolves games right now?
Yeah, we
trash.
Yeah.
Trash.
How you want Cat?
Well, Cat was just an example. I'm sure he was just giving it.
No. Cat was an example.
He really want Cat.
Yeah, I want Cat. I'm not gonna lie about that. The reason why I want Cat because it's a realistic trade. But let me tell you why I want Cat. First of all, he's from the bricks. You know what I'm saying? It's a realistic trade. At the end of the day, we have the picks to get him. And at the end of the day, man, a pick and roll. I would like to try the pick and roll with Brunson and Cat. And I would like to keep RJ if Cat was on the team. I would like to try that.
Do you know what our defense would look like with Brunson and Cat on the pick and roll on the other end?
Look what our defense look like right now. Look what do our defense look like right now? We can't. It don't hurt, bro.
I can guarantee you it would be actually worse.
Yeah.
Well, from tonight,
because of the principles that you're including, right? So if you take away good defenders, right? So you automatically know that Randle and Cam is going to be in that trade for Cat, right? Off rip. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to play Cat at the 5, you're going to play Obi at the 4. You know what I'm saying? You're going to play RJ at the 3, find you a 2 from somewhere, probably Grimes. You know what I'm saying? So your lineup would be Brunson, Grimes, RJ, Obi, Cat. And you get smoked defensively every night. But you'll score a bunch of points, though.
Cat scored a bunch of points, and we still smoked them on defense.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that team is terrible though. Like they got cooked tonight. Like we all know Cat can't play the four. You know what I'm saying? They set Cat up for that.
No. Gobert is not playing. Cat was playing the 5.
Yeah, Gobert
played last night. Gobert did play tonight. He scored 25. He scored the most points.
How was Gobert averaging? Never mind.
Right. And so the thing I'm getting at is I understand the Cat conversation. I understand the star conversation. But what I'm asking you guys is, was this front office signing Jalen Brunson a bad signing?
Who are you passing it to?
Absolutely.
No.
Okay. All right. So I want to ask this to Don P, because me and Don P ain't talking. Don, listen. Don P, listen. Don P, you know I like wine. I'm not a champagne person. I think champagne is overrated. All champagne is wine with bubbles in it. You know that, right?
No, I know that.
Yeah, all champagne is wine that's fermented and it has bubbles in it. That's the only difference. And they charge you $200 more per bottle for champagne than they do for wine.
So you should just come to the club with salsa water and buy a bottle of wine and just try to mix it together.
Or if you want to look like,
good to the shorty, so you know.
Right. Or if you want to look like, because all champagne is a drink that projects the image that you have money. It's opulence. Champagne is opulence. Champagne don't even have a purpose, because at the end of the day, it goes down like wine and soda. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, right? And think about it, when people say champagne dreams, don't that make you think you rich? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They want champagne dream with beer money.
Bim. Yeah, man. Trust me. I know. Like I messed around. Don P, I ain't gonna lie. The worst mistake I ever did was I bought a Mercedes, right? So I drive a Mercedes Benz. I think it's a GL 450.
I'm shaking my head, Freezy.
Right. So I drive a Mercedes Benz GL 450, right? Silver. It's a beautiful car, right? And then I see people pull up to me next to me with the Chevy Blazer, and they got all the stuff the Mercedes got in it. God dog it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just thinking about the cost of the maintenance alone.
Yeah,
the parts and all that.
All of that, and dude's got a Blazer, and they got the same stuff that.
Winter tires costing you $12,000, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you,
it's ridiculous, bro.
I gotta spend $600. Oh, I'm sorry, not $600, but about $500 something for a tire, right?
Oh God!
And instead of going to Walmart and getting the. So anyway, I saw Don P name. It reminded me of Don Perignon. That's why I went on that little thing just now. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I wish I got a Saturn. I drive that Saturn to death. It's like a machine, bro. You can't do that thing. No matter how cold it is, how hot it is. No, bro, I could let it sit for 7 months and go right out there, crank it up. It sounds just like a run, then be ready to go. The worst mistake I ever made, putting big money into something that I could have got like just a random everyday standard car. And that's what I'm saying. And so I'm making a point about Jalen Brunson. We spent a lot of money on Jalen Brunson, bro. A lot of money on Jalen Brunson, man. Jalen Brunson is going to make $20-something million and blah, 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 blah. Right?
Blah.
I feel like to Shotgunner's point, I feel like we probably could have gotten similar production.
Brother, I know what you're about to
say. Say it.
17 points, about 7 assists from an Emmanuel Quickly type player.
Oh my God.
Uncle Freeze, that's why.
Hey, I love you forever. I love you forever.
I remember when Knicks fans wanted Tyler Johnson.
Oh God!
Oh yeah.
I remember when we wanted. You remember when we wanted Matthew Dellavedova? Oh, look at Dellavedova defense on Curry.
That was terrible. Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, I remember everybody. No handle, but I remember people really wanted Tyler Johnson, and I wondered why. Good player, but I just wondered why to start.
He's a good backup player.
The thing, Freezy with the Brunson pickup it would be nice if it was a over the top, like he would put you over the top. But we're not in the space where a guy will put us over the top. Over the top for what? Like we're not in the space to really compete. So it
No,
didn't make any sense to do that. Like,
But Dre,
if
understand.
hold
like
on. Let me can I break
I was
down the
gonna
point?
I was gonna contextualize his money because like to be absolutely 100, 20 and 7 at 48% shooting from a point guard, even if he plays pad defense, that's basically the going rate. But for the Knicks, if we're adding context for what the Knicks need and where they're going and their ceiling, it didn't really make sense to get him. Like
But
it just
but
didn't.
Dre, I agree with you with all of that, and I know Shotgun want to jump in, but the point that I'm making is the reason why we have Jalen Brunson has nothing to do with what Dre said. The reason why we had to get Brunson is because nobody wants to come to New York,
Ugh.
and we have to pay the New York tax. That's why Jalen Brunson is here,
And
right?
that is a fact.
Because he wants to be here, and we got to pay the New York tax. That's the Jalen
And
Brunson is a good player. He wants to be here. We have to pay the New York tax, and we had a relationship with him. That's the reason why.
nepotism.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Freezy.
that's what I was gonna ask. Like, you don't think like some form of nepotism was involved in that? And
Of
is that
100%. I
course,
mean,
All the
his
it was
nepotism
a
comments on it,
involved in this world was
CAA.
involved.
It was
his
a
comments on
private
the staff.
signing. I don't even think the owner really knew about it. And let me elaborate on it. That's the reason why I wanted IQ to start it. Mark Cuban put the price point down, bro. Like he said, he's a $55 million worth player. Yes, he's a player you need on your team. But the millions that Mark Cuban were getting was fair. It was fair because he's a liability. At the end of the day, you've seen it with the Golden State. All they did was switch on him all day. Don't get me wrong, he did some incredible things in the playoffs, but he was playing for a bag. That's what a lot of people do when they on their last contract and they want it back, except for like a Andre Barrett. But that's another story. But a lot of players
That
play
was
hard.
low.
Yeah, but that's the truth. Yeah. But a lot of players play on their last year hard because they want the bag. And I feel like that's all that was about. The signing was too private for me. That's why I didn't like it. It was too private. It was too, you know what I'm saying? It just seemed too inside for me. So at the end of the day, it wasn't a playoff move. It wasn't a get us over the hump move. It was a friendly move. So like that's not beneficial to the Knicks. That's why Leon Rose should have been fired.
Yo,
Because at the end of the day, we should have went with the IQ route because we'd have had more money for one, and we could have been more into a rebuild mode that what we in now. Our focal point should have been Spider. Now that's over. It's over. It's done with. But that's why I think the delay of getting Spider was also delayed because we went all in for Jalen Brunson. At the end of the day, I think the Indiana rumors was ruffling feathers. I think that was a lie because we all know they tanking for Victor. They in the race with the Spurs. So I think that was more leverage to throw out.
Let me say
Damn,
this.
Shaw.
Let me say this just real quick to what
My
I'm
fault,
getting at.
gang.
What I'm getting at is if you go to Utah and you pull off the Donovan Mitchell trade, right? Think about this. Go get do the Donovan Mitchell trade, but you tell them I'm not doing it unless you include Mike Conley, right? And so what that does is it gives you the opportunity to see if Quickly is a starter, and if he's not, then you can bring Mike Conley off the bench, and he can be your stopgap until you enter free agency at another time. Now, what Mike Conley brings you is rock steady point guard play, right? You've seen Mike Conley at point guard lead his own team to the playoffs multiple seasons, right?
Freezy.
Multiple seasons. Now,
Freezy.
and it just let me add the quickly point.
Yeah.
Let me add the quickly point.
Freezy cooking.
Now with Mike Conley, you have a rock steady veteran, but you say to Conley, listen, bro, we want to save your legs. We want to save you and D Rose because we feel like a combination of you and D Rose can help us get over the hump, but quickly get you to the hump, right? Because before you get over the hump, you got to get to it. Let this young boy get out here and run this team. And when he starts to struggle, we'll flip y'all. We'll bring you in as a mentor. right? You and D Rose will save y'all, and then that way, when we get to the playoffs, when we need clutch performances, if Quickly ain't ready, we'll split those minutes. But you got to play this thing smart. Think about this. You would not only would you have Donovan Mitchell that can Dre, listen, hear me out, because I know you're gonna break this thing down, right? But hear me out.
Yeah.
When Quickly struggles, Donovan Mitchell can play the point, and you can run lineups of RJ, or you can run the backcourt of Spider, RJ, Cam, Randle, and whoever at the 5, right? And then you still have Quickly, you still have Conley, you still have Rose.
The only thing that I was gonna say is, if you were to take Conley, it would be like us taking back almost $70 million, and I don't know where we would get the money from.
I know where we get the money from because we have it.
Because Conley.
No. We have to give up. We have to give up money to get money in a trade, and I don't know where we would get all that salary from, unless we traded Randle.
Don't we have the salary?
Okay, so what I'm saying is,
if we wouldn't go ahead, Uncle Freeze.
Okay, y'all go ahead, man. I was gonna.
No, go ahead, Freeze.
I was gonna mention to you is you include the Fournier contract. You swapping Conley for Fournier. That's basically what you're doing. You swapping Conley for Fournier, right? You wouldn't need a scoring 2 in Fournier when you got Donovan Mitchell. They make the same money, right? And then Conley money comes off the book at the same time as Rose. So entering the summer, you could go get you a star to pair with Donovan Mitchell out of free agency.
Like
the money that we paid Brunson, that we paid Brunson, we could have gave Cam Reddish a 2-year contract, locked him in. We could have spreaded that money out, signed Tyrese Jones, even if we didn't trade. Because that's my thing. I didn't understand why Leon Rose couldn't negotiate, like you said, even a Conley, or even why he couldn't even negotiate a Jordan Clarkson back. Because at the end of the day, hold on, Dre. At the end of the day, if that trade has to happen, because you say, okay, Danny Ainge, I know you want the picks, but you gotta give me back Jordan Clarkson. It's no way he don't say the pick swaps. We doing it. You can't tell me Spider and Jordan Clarkson on this team, even with a Brunson, wouldn't be better right now.
I'm gonna say, like, Freezy from a basketball standpoint is genius. I like that. I love the idea. I love it. Like, I would have signed up for that 10 times out of 10. It was just like, when you say the money, Fournier makes 18, Conley makes 30, and then we'd have to give up money.
Conley makes 30.
Yeah, he makes 30 right now.
That's facts. That is real facts.
Okay.
He makes 30 right now. So that's why I was like, when you add up Donovan Mitchell's money and his money, it's like 66 million, and we'd have to give up a lot to even make the deal happen. It would have to
Dre,
be
how much Jordan Clarkson making, Dre?
Like 15? Like 15?
But the thing is, you can't get Clarkson. What I'm assuming here is that you don't sign. What free agents did you sign this? Did we sign this summer?
We got Mitch.
iHeart.
Mitch at 15 and iHeart at 8.
Yeah, so it would either have to be a sign and trade.
Mitch was a re-sign.
But you can't sign and trade a guy that's a free agent. So the thing is, we'd probably have to give a Randle to make some sort of deal like that work, and we wouldn't do it. So to make the money work, it had to be a guy under contract, not like a restricted free agent or a free agent. We can't just like sign a guy and then trade him like that.
But Dre, does that happen?
I'm just speaking off cap rules off the top of my head.
No, because you smart with this. So I'm asking you, like, does that happen prior to not signing Jalen Brunson to the $100 million, or after you going on the salary cap based on Jalen Brunson on the team, or
based on what our cap would be before Jalen Brunson even entered the picture? Like, in order to make that,
still be able to make the Conley trade.
You would be able to do it, but we'd have to give up the matching salary, or we'd have to give a 3-team deal. Because the only guy on this team at the time to even match up the salaries, the 3 main guys that was making money that was still on the books, is Fournier at 18, Derrick Rose at 14, and Julius at 24 or 25. Those are the 3 main guys that were making money at the time. Like, the other guys the other guys weren't getting paid. They weren't getting kicked back off of that a lot. Unless we were trying to like, unless they were willing to take Noel and Burks, which is like 14 together. So we would have had to like dump Derrick Rose, Noel, Burks, Fournier, and we'd still be a little bit short on the money to even make it work unless we did a 3-team deal, which even just that would just stretch our money. That would stretch our assets even more thin because a third team would want a kickback. They would want something out of it. So that would be even more assets going out. So like from a basketball point of view, I 100% would have done that. But I don't know how it would realistically happen unless we traded Randle. And we're not going to trade Randle in that deal. So like I
don't think they wanted Randle, but it's just
they're not. Yeah, I don't think they did. But like if we're keeping it a stack, I think the Cavs package for the Utah Jazz is actually better than anything we would have gave them. Like even if they got the house from us, it would have been better. Because look at the way Lauri Markkanen is playing right now.
But that's how it's playing now.
He's playing like an all-star right now. So
but you could say that now because how it panned out. At the end of the day, we don't know. I think RJ Barrett would have flourished in a like team like that with somebody that not the main scorer. Like I think he would have kind of been doing the same thing. I'm just saying hypothetically. Go ahead,
hypothetically, but like we got to like take ourselves out of the Knicks view for the point of view, and like other teams might value a 7-footer with a 40% chance at three more than RJ. Like that's just what it is. Like Markkanen is playing at an all-star level at this current moment, and maybe they saw that in him over whatever they were to look at RJ.
I'm still thinking no. We could have pulled that thing off, Dre. Because
I would have loved to do that,
100%. I still think we could have. I still think we could have done it, and it's not as complicated as what we thinking, bro. Because at the time, you still had salary on this team. You traded salary to Detroit, right?
Yeah, and we took back like second rounders, and
yeah. So we traded salary. We traded 8, 16. And so we traded 8, 16, and so we traded $26 million to Detroit
because they took Kemba, Burks, and Noel.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So could we have used that in a thing for Detroit?
Maybe, but I'm not sure if Danny Ainge would have been interested in just taking the salary dumps.
Oh no.
We traded him before.
He wouldn't have been interested in that, but you know what he would have been interested in?
What?
Draft picks.
Yeah, the draft picks 100%, but it's like they got
Drake.
Unless we gave them four picks, 4 flat.
I'm sorry, sir. Uncle Freezy, can I step in real quick?
Yeah.
I'm gonna step off for a minute, man. I gotta close my eyes, man. Uncle Freezy, Dre,
peace.
Don P, Smoking Nick, Kelly, Shotgunner. Good seeing y'all. Good meeting y'all.
Yeah, no doubt.
Peace, man. I'm on the way up, man. I'm gonna listen to y'all as I go to sleep, though. But I'm going to go to sleep, so I gotta get ready.
No doubt.
All right,
always love, man. Love and Knicks for life, man.
Yeah, Knicks for life.
Knicks for life, baby. You heard? LA to New York, no doubt.
Yeah, man.
All
for sure, bro.
Always remember it's Freezy fault, man. Always remember.
Nah. It's all good.
Oh, you calling Freezy the Julius Randle of this?
And not the Julius Randle.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm calling the Tibbs. The Tibbs of this.
Yeah, peace, y'all, man. Good one, y'all. Peace,
brother.
Peace,
bro.
Yeah, what we was elaborating on?
It was like we should have gave up 4 picks, maybe a couple swaps.
For Dave Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yo, no matter how you put that, I hate to say it, but it's like, if I'm not mistaken, it was negotiating for 2 months.
Facts.
Like, come on, how you not make him meet you in the middle? What are y'all talking about? If you
don't make sense, bro.
Yeah, and then
we had a hard line on the picks, and so Ainge was like, you know what? I'm gonna just take other people's players in the same 3 picks in the swaps.
Are you gonna act like Ainge wasn't acting out of spite though towards us?
Or maybe a little,
I
but
disagree. I disagree because that's what I was about to get to, Don. I mean, at the end of the day, I think he looked at what we did in the draft, and that's the only reason why he asked for the pick. So it makes sense because we traded away our pick when it was time to make the draft. So it looked like you getting ready to give it to me. That's how I'm looking at it. Like, oh, that's mine because I got the leverage. I got the. That's the whole point. Like, we all know Spider wanted to be here, and they even Danny Ainge know that. So as a main man, at the end of the day, even looking now, you gotta look at Danny Ainge for what he did in Boston and for what he's doing now. He knew what he was doing. I
Spider's
think
still
Leon
gonna be here
Rose,
just in 3 years, man.
like, I think Leon Rose went in there and was playing hardball for what reason? What has he proven in this league? Like and that was the hard thing. I think Danny Ainge, like, bro, you making this thing difficult and it's not hard, bro. Give me picks, bro. I'm giving you a star player. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I feel like the first offer was the fairest offer, and I think that was the fair. He wanted Mitchell Robinson and RJ Barrett for 4 picks and 3 swaps.
Oh, that's crazy though. That's 7.
Hell
That's 7.
no.
He
That's
said no.
7.
Hell no.
That's 7. That's
He said
7. That's
no.
about 7 future assets. Ooh, that's oof.
How is that 7 future?
Hell no.
It's
You
4
wouldn't have did
picks,
that?
4 picks and 3 swaps. Do you know how like greatly the Pelicans are eating off the Lakers right now? Still,
But
like they got
Cleveland
a swap
gave
coming in.
him, but
They got Pelicans
Cleveland
got a swap.
gave him 5 and 3 swaps. So what are we talking about?
Cleveland gave them.
And Colin Sexton.
He gave them 3 picks and like 2 swaps, I think.
No, they gave him 5, I think.
Let me check, bro, because
Yeah,
I'm
look at
pretty
the
sure.
trade, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to
Yeah,
look it up.
Danny Ainge wanted. He was really stubborn on that, bro. He was demanding on that, bro. He wanted pick swaps, bro. That's all he wanted. He just wanted pick swaps. That was really the holdup. I don't even think it was the player, and I think the Knicks just was like no, and it's just like what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we clearly were building.
They traded their first round pick this year, Ochi Agbaji, and
Hey, Drake, Mike Conley makes $22 million this year.
It's 22.
Yep.
Okay.
he does. No, I'm fine.
Because I'm thinking he was still on that Grizzlies contract where they gave him that 30 over 5, but
No.
yeah, that
That
150 over 5.
expired 2 years ago.
We could have made that trade. We could have definitely made that trade.
Then when you put it that way, then yeah, I would have looked at it like that, 100%.
And the thing is, you got to do it early. Like, you got to do it before you re-sign Mitch. You got to do it before you commit to Hartenstein.
Well, yeah,
And then you got to ask yourself, is Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley and say maybe a Bismack Biyombo better than Isaiah Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson, and Jalen Brunson?
Oh yeah, it is, man.
Yes. Absolutely, yes. With Donovan Mitchell playmaking, yes. I think Donovan Mitchell unselfishness brings players, as you can see, out. Players like Wayne hitting threes, Kevin Love turning back the clock. He's clearly an unselfish player.
You know what's the sad part about it, though, Sean? Like, the sad part? Kevin Love's contract was looked at as an albatross, and they rebuilt so fast that he's looking like a wily vet. Like, it was an albatross contract, man. It was literally one of the worst contracts in the league. And in 3 years, it's looked at like, oh, the wily vet Kevin Love is helping him out.
Yeah.
And hitting threes. And it's just like, what did we do in that? What did we do in that time? Absolutely nothing. We didn't draft no all-star.
Right.
We didn't go back in the lotto. We didn't really find anybody with a high ceiling in the trade.
But Dre, you got to keep it tall, bro. You was one of the players saying, bro. I mean, one of the people saying you would not include RJ in the deal, and like, how
I would have done more picks than RJ, because who we gonna be leaving? Who we gonna be leaving Donovan Mitchell to play with if we were to do it?
We got Cam. I think Cam got to get better. Don't get me wrong. Cam got to get better.
I mean, that's too much of a question mark. So,
but I think Cam develops around the developmental. I think Cam develops around the Donovan Mitchell.
But we saying develop. You don't even like RJ's development, and Cam is in the league the same amount of time and has done less than RJ.
But
We
listen,
can't
but
we
Dre,
can't just keep just saying Cam,
Nah,
Cam,
but
Cam. It's just like
no, I'm
come
just
on, man.
saying like I'm just saying Cam if RJ's included in the deal, that's who we fall back on at the 3 spot. That's all I'm saying.
But before coming into the season, nobody wanted to hear nothing about Cam, especially after his
I said
preseason.
that though. I've been said that. This was my
I
projected
know.
stuff. IQ. I wanted IQ, Spider at the 2. I wanted Cam at the 3, Obi at the 4, and Cat. And I wanted Tyrus Jones.
How would we have moved Randall though?
I mean, just hypothetically. This is just hypothetical.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we owe Dallas a favor. You know what I'm
What's
saying?
up,
So
Chris?
I think we
What's up,
ship
Chris?
him back. I think we ship him to Dallas. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
this
yeah.
was hypothetical.
What's
Hey,
up,
salute,
Chris?
Chris.
So,
Hey, Coley. I wanted to say hi, man.
How's it going, Cully? I mean, I said, hey, it's going. What's up, Chris? We got the same name. My mistake.
What's up, Chris?
My name is Chris too. My bad. How's it going, Chris?
It's nice meeting you, Coley. I watch your show all the time, man, at night, man.
Thanks a lot, man. Likewise, man. Good to meet you, man. Hope
And
all is
good
well.
seeing you, Cy, and everyone. And hey, Smoking Nick, I wanted to tell you something real quick.
Smoking Nick, where are you?
I don't think
Yeah, he might have fell asleep, man. He might have stepped away for a second.
he might be in a coma.
Hey, Doug,
Right.
I love you all, guys. Sorry about the win lots, but still one season to go. Keep your heads up. I'm going to be watching the Thunder game and Knicks game on Friday at 11 a.m. I'm cheering for the Thunder, but I'm going to root for both teams.
Okay.
Gotcha.
We
All
need,
good, all good.
we need your
I'll talk to you
positivity
tomorrow when you
because
text
we all
me,
negative.
Coley.
Yeah, we
What'd you say,
appreciate
Chris?
that.
I'll talk to you tomorrow, Coley, when you text me.
I got you, man. No problem.
Love you guys. I'm out.
Love
All
you
right,
too,
take it
man. Have a
easy.
blessed
Peace.
night, all right? Okay, well, that was some positivity for the show, at least.
Yeah, we all been negative in different ways.
Yeah.
Can we
Nah,
get back
because
into the negativity a little
this
bit?
team is going backwards, man. The limitation on this team, man, is not really what we
Are they,
like. You know what I'm saying?
are
Like,
they
and
like shot? Are they going backwards or are they just going the same way? Just
I mean, at the end of the
perpetually
day,
on the same plane.
to me, this looked like I mean, I'll give them credit. This looked like a 9 seed team. Like, to just be honest, man. Like at the end of the day, like Jalen Brunson is kind of getting exposed when he's playing some type of sort of good teams. Because like if he don't get in the paint, bro, like I don't like the way he play, bro. It's like he get frustrated and then he dribble, and then he just shot clock wind down and he shoot a 3, miss. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, bro, we like if he came here, bro, he should come here to try to at least get his playmaking game. And then that's what's not really I'm liking on his game. He's not affecting the game elsewhere if his shot is struggling. You know what I'm saying? And
Come on, Brunson.
yeah, he
Oh,
like
okay.
he's not like if his shot not going, if he's not getting in the paint, he's not playmaking more.
It's
He's
just
not.
the thing is
Yeah.
he's usually his shot is on because he's like 50% for a low guard, which is really good. But it's just like at some point, unless you're like I mentioned before, unless you're elite, and you're ball dominant, averaging 25 and getting 10 assists, there's a drawback when you're not that good on defense. You can get away with that when you're Trae Young. You can get away with that when you're Ja Morant.
You know who's
They
the
got game.
antithesis to
No,
Jalen
it's
Brunson?
more than just game. They're high. They impact the game like on a way more consistent basis.
I mean, I
And
think Jalen Brunson impact the game, but he just a liability.
there's
He just
levels.
like
There's
he
levels
a
though.
liability.
Like Trae Young is a liability as well. But with Trae Young, you getting 27 and 10 no matter what.
And a damn win.
Yeah, like well, Jalen Brunson, even on his best days, Jalen Brunson is 20. Well, he's average on his best. Even when we win, he averages 22 and 8
Against the Hornets.
Yeah, and I'm saying that's just when we win. Like it's 22 and 8. Like there's levels. There's clearly levels.
Yeah, I'm not liking when we play the Elise high because you can't even say like at the end of the day, bro. It's very concerning, bro. Because just like Uncle Freezy points before we even came on the panel, they just fired their coach. The team doesn't even have an identity.
They
I
got that
mean,
boost, man. That
we
new
don't
coach
know.
boost.
We don't know, man. But at the end of the day, they still should. We shouldn't have not got blown out like
Oh
that.
yeah, of course. No, hell no, no,
You know what I'm
no.
saying? That blowout was terrible, bro.
That was gross.
It was terrible. It was just a lot of factors in that game. Why we bring up the Jalen Brunson point?
Let
Because
me shoot a
Summers
hole
was
in.
going at that boy. Go ahead, Uncle Freeze.
Let me shoot a hole in Dre thing for Jalen Brunson. And it's not because I dislike Jalen Brunson. What I want to do is imagine the best case scenario for the Knicks.
Yeah.
Not that I have anything against Jalen Brunson. I just want to make that clear, right? And so what I want to say is Jalen Brunson's numbers against the teams we beat, Philly without James Harden and Joel Embiid,
Exactly.
Detroit, Charlotte without LaMelo, right? Right. Think about these Orlando with no point guard, without Suggs, Fultz. I can't say that Jalen Brunson's 50% shooting from the floor is impressive yet. Now, will we take it? Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, because we ain't had a point guard or nothing similar to it since.
But he's shooting lower than his career percentage from three at the moment.
Right.
So like if that were to go up, because he's at 40, like high 48, like 48.7.
And here's the thing I want to say to that too, though, Dre.
Yeah, you talking
hypothetically.
hypothetically.
He's getting more attention now on offense. So like even his threes are more contested.
And in those losses, we're playing quality teams. So one could say his numbers are down against quality teams. What is he here for? Start quickly.
Exactly.
I wasn't here during that whole. I don't think I was here during the whole saga.
No.
I wanted quickly to just start, bro. Like I wasn't anticipating all of this, and then he went and dropped 41 in the playoffs, and it was just like a done deal after that.
Right. But what I'm saying is no. This is not me taking a shot at you, Dre. It's not. You know that. You know me and you Gucci. What I'm saying is
there's context.
Jalen Brunson's numbers look great in wins against bad lottery teams, and they are down against good teams, right? And so one could say is if we're gonna have a guy that's gonna eat against bad low quality opponents, right? And look different against quality opponents. That's the same thing Emmanuel Quickly did the last games of the season last year.
Except we don't know what his ceiling is. We kind of already know what Brunson is going to be.
Right. Kinda. Almost.
Or he's right there. Like right there.
Because again, you know, this kid, Brunson, he turned 26 August 31st.
He's getting older.
No, but what I'm saying is you don't know what Brunson is going to be yet. We just know what he can do right now. We don't know what stuff he's going to add to his game. He was one way because Dallas asked him to play a certain way. What is Brunson going to be when you take all this stuff off and let him develop into whatever it is that he wants to be? We don't know that yet. We can't say that Jalen Brunson is a certain thing yet because you don't know what it is. You know how it is, man. It's like he ain't spread his wings and fly yet. It's the same. Because if you say that for Brunson, I can say that for Quickly. Quickly ain't a shooter. Y'all don't want me to say that. Y'all don't want me to say that because Quickly is still young, right?
He projects as a shooter, but he ain't been shooting them percentages.
Hey, can I do a little pushback on that though?
Yeah,
like when I look at Jalen Brunson, like I look at point guards like Sebastian Telford or Raymond Felton, like you know, smaller point guards that have limitations. So like I ask myself, when it comes to potential, what can they possibly do to maximize their game?
Score.
And
I think
I would ask you,
Mhm.
is Jalen Brunson small or is he short?
He's short.
He's short and stout,
Right, because Sebastian Telfair, if I asked you if he's small or short, you would say small.
right?
Okay.
So it's I feel like he's almost in his physical prime, which doesn't really mean all that much because athletically he's nothing crazy.
Right.
So his game is all about his game is all about skill. And the only thing left to really add to like raise his ceiling is the ability to shoot off the dribble from three. That's the actual ceiling raiser to most players, most point guards in this league. Like a lot of guards can score in the paint or take the mid range shot, but the thing that separates the elite guards is the ones that can pull up from anywhere on the court. And I don't see that in Brunson's game at the current moment. He doesn't shoot. He's not shooting 30% from three, and he's taking hard looks. And then when we turn around and look at Donovan Mitchell lives off the dribble threes this season, shooting almost 40% off tough, difficult shots. Like the shots that we see Damian Lillard take on a regular basis. Not even talking about Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry's a freak anomaly. But we like see Damian Lillard or guys like his running mate on Portland. He's taking off the dribble threes, just coming up off the screen. That's the ceiling raiser for point guards. I don't see that in Brunson's game, at least not yet. And he tries to take the shots when he's not making them.
Right.
That's the thing that takes people over the top. It takes point guards over the top. It's an all-star category.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we're not see that in Quickly, but he's not consistent at all.
I think Quickly is being I want to say this in a way that's not disrespectful to the Knicks, but I think Quickly and others are being held back in a sense where they're getting ridiculous pressure to perform in systems that may not be modern. Let me say that. And giving okay, if Quickly was given the opportunity to play freely like Maxey, I think you would see Quickly be Maxey-ish, but not Maxey.
He'd be more efficient, I feel like.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think Quickly can easily average 21 and 10 and give you 11.
Easily. I don't know about easily.
Easily, if he played at least 30, 35 minutes a game, absolutely.
If a guy starts and gets scouted as the lead guard, the league catches up to him. The difference between like guys that are getting numbers at the end of the season and guys that consistently get it done for 82 games is that they have a counter for a counter for a counter. And we don't know if Quickly he gets to that point. He may actually have that in his bag. But it's hard to just say that like easily. I can't just say that. I can't say that.
But Freezy point was type Maxey light. So that's like,
but he doesn't average 10. He averages like 3 assists or something like that. Like he gets the 20, but not the assists.
Right.
I think Freezy hit it right on the nail with your last point, man. But my question is, and it's a legitimate question. What is the prerequisite that we want from our starting point guard? Like, what is the prerequisite skill? Like, are we looking for a point guard to play defense? Are we looking for a guard to be great at playmaking or
the savior? That's what we're looking for.
So you talking about hope in the prayer?
Yeah. Like we need our guard to be a Hall of Famer to fix this roster.
I mean, not even that. I mean, with me, I look at it like I this what I will give Jalen Brunson credit on. Pace. He do run a great pace. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what, run, no matter how little he is, he runs the floor. But it's not the right roster for that. Yeah, he clearly showing that he is like, I think he feeds off a superstar, bro. Like if we had Donovan Mitchell, I think I wouldn't even be having this question.
He feeds off of spacing too, like better spacing. Like shooters on the team better than him, like head and shoulders better than him. like
super
to space it. No, because
The Mavericks didn't have really great shooters.
Yeah, they had a bunch of 40% shooters on that team, man.
That's
Or
why I
near,
said we only get 31 wins.
40%, and they had centers that shot threes on that team. Multiple centers that shot threes, which is why he was getting to the paint at will in that Jazz series. Like he was getting to the paint and getting whatever he wanted because the center was pulled out of the paint. That's how Luka Doncic and Brunson eat. They get the center about the paint, and they're allowed to just destroy their matchup 1-on-1 and get what they want in the lane. And we don't have that roster at the moment. Our best stretch doesn't even shoot 20% from three.
I beg to differ. I think we do have a roster that possibly can surprise folks. It's just Thibs.
Like you're not playing modern basketball. Like you're not playing modern basketball, basically. What you saying?
Yeah. I feel like RJ is not being played in his right spot. I feel like Brunson. You're right about Brunson. He needs spacing for him to be effective. And the way that it's just people not being put in spots to succeed. That's how I feel.
We have parts, but they're ill-fitting parts.
What about players putting themselves in position to succeed?
Elaborate on that. What you mean?
Obi Toppin on the wing for three instead of Obi in the dunker spot. Is Obi gonna be focused on being a dunker or a 3-point shooter? Which would you prefer?
That's tough, Uncle Freeze. Because when I think about Obi,
pick one.
Ideally, I would say a 3-point shooter. Ideally,
right,
because that would space the floor. But I think about Josh Smith.
Oh my God, Josh Smith.
When I think about Obi,
if Obi is a 3-point shooter on a perimeter for spacing, right?
Yeah.
So if Obi is a spacing 4, right? What does that do for your other shooters on the perimeter? So if Obi's on the perimeter, what does that do for RJ? Now, is RJ on the perimeter? Is Cam on the perimeter? Is Brunson on the perimeter? Is Rose on the perimeter? Is Quickly on the perimeter?
That opens up the paint.
Yeah, but it opens up the paint for what? Though for us to make twos and other team to make threes.
Yeah, if we're not guarding the three, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in today's game, it's layups or threes. So the spacing is there because at some point the team is going to be upset at us destroying them in the paint, and they're going to bring the help, and then the space is going to clog with them. But we don't have the elite playmaker. We don't have a Luka playmaker on this team. We don't have a Luka finisher on this team. So it's like teams don't have to overreact to us going to the paint, and teams don't have to overreact to our shooters either.
Hey, but Dre, you know what we see? The thing about it is, what I think the point we miss a lot is we don't have a guy that expands gravity. Like that team we lost to last night. Kevin Durant was hitting shots and he was smothered by Cam.
And like you could do.
There's nothing you can do. It's Kevin Durant. There's nothing. He was smothered. Yeah, he was smothered.
Sucks,
and
man.
he was hitting. And you know what? And he wanted that. He wanted Cam on him so he can get foul calls. You know what I'm saying? He wanted that. He's a big shot maker, right? You know what I'm saying? But we don't have that. Think about if RJ is taking a shot and he's smothered.
You just might as well run back on defense.
Yeah. Think about Jalen Brunson at 6'1". They have a Jalen Brunson is what 6'2", 6'1"?
On a good day, 6'1".
So would it hurt for Thibodeau to make a little bit of changes or do experiments to where he's not having RJ being like what is it, the second option after Brunson or Julius Randle, to where he's making Cam Reddish more of an option I mean, at this point, what do we have to lose?
Now, let me also say this. Just, I think options is fan talk. I think that the 1, 2, 3, all that option stuff is fan talk. When you watch an NBA offense, when you watch the game, you don't see an NBA offense pass the ball around in order, right? They pass around to the open man. Now, but if you're saying during a stretch of the game, during rotations, if Randle sits, who's the next man up? Who's the best scoring option on the floor? Then that might be the case. But when you have Donovan Mitchell coming down, running, initiating your offense, he's not counting 1, 2, 3, 4 option. He's not doing that. He gonna look at the defense and see what the defense is trying to do to him.
I agree.
And then trying to get the best shot out of that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no way you can say you came into the game last night thinking Edmund Sumner was the Brooklyn Nets number 2 option.
Nope.
There's no way you could have went in that Cleveland game thinking Kevin Love was the number 2 option on that Cleveland Cavaliers team. Now you just take what the defense give you, and unfortunately for the Knicks, we give up that weak side 3 a lot.
So they're gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
The only time you can think about the option role is a guy that controls pace and dominates the ball the entire game, like a Harden, Pete Harden, or Luka, or something like that. That's the only time you can be like, oh, it'll be option 1 or 2, because they'll dictate who gets the ball and when they get it, and what
they manipulate defenses.
Yeah,
though.
that's what I was about to say. They make the defense, like they manipulate the defense into getting what they want.
Right.
And those are like generational type.
Those are rare. Those are outliers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, I wish that was the case for us though, in particular. Like what you said is absolutely true for every NBA team except for us. I feel like in terms of who gets the ball the most,
it's a lot of your turn, my turn type stuff we do.
Don. That's why you give up them 4 picks.
Easy.
I ain't giving up them 4 picks.
Take them.
I'll give RJ up in a minute. I ain't giving up the 4 picks.
Cavs gave up 3 picks, Ochai Agbaji, which is basically a 4th pick, and 2 swaps. So but basically 6 draft assets on top of the 3 players they gave up in the deal, which is
right.
Laurie and what's his name?
Sexton.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm gonna be absolutely honest. They gave up. It was a hell of a deal for the Jazz. They came out on top regardless. Even if they would have taken it from us, they came out real good out of it. I mean, they 11-3 right now, ain't they? Or 9-3 or something like that. No, they're 10-3. My bad.
Still, that's crazy. Hey guys, I gotta run. My blood sugar getting low, man. I was sitting here eating peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I was like, man, my blood sugar low, man. I gotta wrap up right here. I'm gonna do the next morning drive in the morning. I don't know what time. But I want to thank everybody for coming through, rocking with us. Dre, we gotta have this conversation, bro. Again.
Yeah.
You got me. You beat me because my blood sugar dropped. You brought me up. But I still want to go back to the conversation of should or could we have explored an alternative option to Jalen Brunson, and was Jalen Brunson the best and only option at point guard for the Knicks?
Okay,
that's what I feel. Duke.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I like that conversation. There's a lot of depth to it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Well,
all right, y'all.
Peace to y'all, man. Peace to y'all.